This is response to others. So, first I'm responding to Olivia Allen, and this is for the Reading Project. So, the person she believes the most, like the narrative that she believes the most, is that of the murdered man, the victim. And so, I actually liked this view she had. I found it kind of interesting because I always thought about this, even when I made my video. I was thinking about, like, even the murdered man could have been a good person to trust too. And I liked how she explored that option. And so, kind of something that stuck out to her were the smaller details in his story that he mentioned, like how he talked about how beautiful his wife was in that moment. And in some moments in that is such a small detail. And also, like, he is the victim, so what else does he have to lie about? Is kind of what she talked about. Like, what's there to lose? I mean, you're dead. You're not the person who committed the crime, so why not just tell the truth? And so, another thing that I found interesting was that she found the murderer's confession like the least. She didn't trust that one at all. Like that narrative, she didn't trust at all. And I had to agree because I also talked about that. In my video, I also did not agree with the murderer, Tajimaru. I think that's his name. And well, I think we had the both the same reasons. It was because he was so prideful and bragging the entire time. And like she highlighted how his mannerisms, so like smiling and all this, his attitude and things like that, which kind of made it seem untrustworthy. And so that's something that stuck out to me, and overall I liked her video a lot. And that she just tends to trust people, I don't know, who look at the finer details or talk about the finer details in their story rather than someone who's acting prideful and untrustworthy the entire time. And then next is Victoria Elliott, another person for Reading Project. And so she trusts the woodcutter the most. And I found that interesting. That was a new view for sure. And I like how she explained it. It was just that he kept it simple, just told what he saw, and just focuses on the facts rather than adding emotion and opinion into it. It was just a very straightforward onlooker point of view. And then the person she trusts the least is Tajimaru, the murderer. And same reasons. He's prideful and bragging the entire time, but something that stuck out was that she said that he's just trying to make himself seem honorable, and I hadn't necessarily realized that until she pointed that out, because it finally clicked when she said that. But it was when he was talking about how he had to like get the man to fight him, how he didn't want to do it, but he just had to, and that his wife was clinging to him, asking him to marry him, like things like that. That's kind of trying to make himself seem like he is an honorable person. And he's just showing off really and not actually telling the truth. And something that she said that also stuck out to me was that if you're trying to seem so honorable now, how could it be that you literally confess that you lied to the couple outright and tried to plot this entire thing? So that was something. And then she just tends to trust people who keep it simple, straight facts, no bias, rather than people who are filled with like emotion in their story, and it's like too much emotion, too blown out of proportion, and bragging and things like that. And then for the Las Meninas, I did Juan Caballero, and He doesn't believe the video was like, it didn't necessarily add to our understanding and wasn't really a satisfactional interpretation. And he just calls the video what it was, an analysis. And I have to agree with that. It was an analysis. And yeah, it just didn't contribute to his interpretation. I feel like it added a few things to mine. And I would have agreed it didn't necessarily change how I interpreted it, but I feel like it did a good job for its purpose. And its purpose was to analyze the painting, and that's what it did. But yeah, that's just me. Caleb Bush is the next person I'm responding to. And he also feels like the video did a good job of what its purpose was, which is to be analysis. But something that stuck out to me was that he said that the video didn't necessarily talk about the motion that kind of makes it feel like it's a photograph being taken. And I kind of like that because I didn't think of that at all. So that definitely, he reminded me of that. So that was nice. Yeah, that's my response to others.